the American dream. Sorry to say it, but it is false. And here is why. People in America want to have an American dream. And I don't blame them for it, you know? I mean, people want to have a good life, but life is hard, and at some points in life, nothing's perfect. People want money, houses, cars, family. Like, we all get it. You, me, everybody, we all get it. We all want that. But there are limits into life that you can't surpass. And that's one of them. You can't always have everything. There are people out there who want to have, nice cars and a big house and money, but they just don't try in life. You just can't have anything in life easy. You know? Like if you want to become an engineer or a doctor or something like that, you're going to have to take risks, and it's a challenge to get up there because that's how life is. To be successful, you gotta take risks, you gotta work hard, and you gotta be number one in everything. And some people in America, they just don't want to do that, and they expect something back from something they don't even contribute to, which is why they can't live the American dream. You do not need to be motivated to be successful. You just have to believe in yourself. Example number one, in Everything Rises Must Converge, there are scenes in the book about blacks and whites, and like they always battle each other, and usually the whites dominate the blacks in the book. And that's just the way it was back in the day, but now traditionally it is today. Currently there are blacks and whites, and we're starting to get each other now. We're starting to get a little mix in there, but there are some things that people think about that whites are still a little more dominant than blacks. That's one part. Second example, in the book Nickel and Dimed, there is a part in the book when a narrator says people who have jobs, they tend to not even get out of the poverty. And in other words, that pretty much means that people who have jobs and the poverty with making about $8, $9, even $10 an hour, they still can't get out of there because getting their paycheck at the end of the week, they have to pay their bills off, and they're down to so little they just don't have enough to get out of poverty. There has been some people that came out of poverty and became successful, and you can do that. It's just you have to work twice or even 3 times as hard as everybody else. You have a higher chance of being successful when you come out of a really rich family or having a relative that's successful, than compared to being born in a very poor area or in a very, having a poverty around you and the atmosphere around you. There's a higher chance of that even happening to most people. That the reason why that they can't be successful is because of the family they're born in and what their surroundings are. I believe that there are millions of Americans living in the United States today that should be a lot more respected and a lot more higher worth than they are now, just because of the family they're born in. Like if those people were born in a different family with more money and more success, then they'll definitely be successful. But the people who are just born in poverty and born with people with just a single mom, with poverty all around you, it's gonna be really, really tough to become successful. That's the boundaries of having an advantage and not having an advantage. There is a quote out there by a famous motivational speaker named Eric Thomas. Personally, my favorite motivational speaker and motivational quote, and it's quoted saying, "If you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful." And that is the perfect quote for people who are in poverty right now. If they want to have the American dream, if they want to be successful, they have to use that quote. But for the most part, people are going to take it as a joke and not be serious at it and this and that. We get it. That's personally the reason why I think that the American dream is false, because you just can't. If you don't believe in yourself, then you can't succeed in life, and it's sad. Another example about the American dream that is false. My third example is going to be Crash, the movie. And at one point in the movie, there's a scene that when the white police starts searching people when someone got in trouble, he started frisking a black chick, and she got offended. I really do think that's a big influence when it comes to the American dream. Deep down inside, I truly believe that blacks and whites and every other race in the world are equal, including men and women. We're all equal the same way. It should be that way, but unfortunately, there are some idiots out there that do think that, you know, whites are better or like men are better and stuff like that, which is not right. Me as a man, I truly think that women should be up there too. I mean, even though I'm a guy, and even though I'm white skin colored, I still believe that blacks should be in the same level as us. I mean, that's just the way I believe. But again, there are idiots out there that do think, you know, whites are better, or even some that think that blacks are better. Which I mean, it's not right, it shouldn't even be an argument saying that blacks are better or whites are better. This is not even, it shouldn't be up there. But the American dream, I doubtfully it's gonna happen to anybody unless you have at least, I mean, you know, Bill Gates money and stuff like that. Like that's one thing, but that's like 1 in a million. You know, to be reasonable, the American dream is not possible. It's just a fake thing. It's just a little stereotype that people saying, oh, it's this and that, you know, like having a perfect life, and they just decided to name the perfect life instead of saying the perfect life, the name of the American dream. It's the same thing. It's a stereotype. My fourth example is coming from the news, which is called Kansas City Stars News. And at the Kansas City Star News, at a barbershop, someone spray painted on their walls die N-words. And it really offended a lot of black people living there. My fifth example it comes from USA Today. And there is a baseball player who plays outfielder in the MLB. He plays for the Baltimore Orioles. And he got racial slurred by a fan at Fenway Park, which is the home field advantage for the Boston Red Sox. So it's their stadium. So he got racial slurred by a white fan, and he threw peanuts at him. He started calling him racial slurs and this and that, trying to taunt him. It wasn't even a fan trying to distract him. It was just straight up racist and very wrong of him doing all that. So he recently got kicked out, and he's permanently banned for life of the stadium. That shouldn't be allowed. Not there, not here, not anywhere. Overall, I really do believe that the American dream is not possible, but you could try to get up there. At least trying is it's the best way to go. Like, the American dream's up here, and you could just be right there. You know, at least you try to go up there. I mean, the American dream, in my opinion, doesn't really exist, but you could be close to it. You know, you could be like a pre-American dream, like at least close to it. You won't get there, but you'll be close to it, and that's good enough. Thank you.